Good morning, today 176. Okay, we've got shed loads on to do today. The roof still isn't where it needs to be, unfortunately. So we need to get out there with some fix-a-foam, we need to get out there with some nails, we need to get out there with some smocks, we need to get out there with some Ospho, which is the rust proof. We need to put some more 1-inch bars in there, which we've discovered really need to go in. The engineer hasn't spec'd them in, but as I said to you yesterday and showed you yesterday, they're missing and I don't understand it. It's a big overhang. It needs as much support as possible. The overhang itself, obviously being 5.5 feet, obviously if it falls forward, drops, then you get a crack all the way along where this back blue beam would be. So it's absolutely essential that we get the right strength in there so it doesn't actually have any form of drop. As soon as that front drops, it's on the beam. So as soon as it drops, it's going to do that because it's on the beam. So, and then that's when you get the crack. On my knuckles. So anyway, we're going to get the inch rebar put into it just to try and make sure that it's over the top. And I might even get them to, they call it cranking, where they bend steel. I might get them to crank them up so they're actually going in like that. So as the concrete pours, it's pulling down on that bend. If we keep them straight, then obviously they can only go one way. So get them to counteract them, it might be better. So I'm going to get them to do that in a minute. They're upstairs cutting off the front bits. I think I showed you yesterday the rebar was like this at the front. So they're cutting the end pieces off. I thought they would have kept that because obviously it's going to go into the concrete anyway, but they're cutting them off for some reason. So I'm not too sure why they had them in there like that in the first place. They've obviously bent them like that. Now they're cutting them off. Doesn't make any sense. But anyway, they're doing that. In here, I've just been told by the guys doing the concrete that within reason, we shouldn't be taking down the jacks for 7 days. So I've paid for 3-day concrete in the hope that I can actually start taking the formwork down in 3/4 days. But he's saying I shouldn't do anything for 7 days. So I'm like, that's really shit. So I'm going to speak to the guys here and see what they think. But in an ideal world, we have to start taking the formwork down so we can crack on the fit out. Everything's being delayed at the moment because of the concrete. So being told that I've got to wait another 7 days to start taking the formwork down means that we're not taking formwork down until next Saturday. I need to be taking formwork down ideally Tuesday/Wednesday. So more teething issues. We also need to start going around and just taking nails out. There is nails bloody everywhere. I don't know why, but there's nails in walls everywhere. There's screws in walls everywhere. There's bits of timber up on walls everywhere. So we just need to start going around and snagging, taking some of this stuff off. We also need to start looking at potentially where there's water that's due to be coming through. Let's start getting those bashed out now and start pulling them out. Again, they don't like doing that until the formwork comes down because you can chop pipes clean off. But we do need to start getting some things moving, you know. So lovely bit of rain again last night. So again, we're full of water. So this roof going on and these windows going in cannot happen fast enough, I can tell you. I need to get some duct tape, get up there and get that done. A few drilled holes in the sides everywhere where you can see daylight. Just going up there and making sure on the inside you put duct tape so the concrete can't come through the holes. We need to make sure we get some decent amount of sand up here today so that tomorrow we can start laying down the sand where we know that the water's been coming through. That way we should pick up most of the concrete if it does penetrate in any way, shape or form. Tomorrow's just going to be flat out from 8:30. That's when we're starting. So today is all about trying to just prepare and double check and double tick every single box we've got for the pour. So I need to get my lazy ass up on the roof, start taking a bit of responsibility on making sure that it is where it needs to be because I'm conscious it's not and we don't have time now. We've had a whole week to make sure we're in a good place. Today is snag only, not work, and we're going to definitely do a bit of work unfortunately. Other than that, we've got a Koyman's order coming today. We've got some wood. We're going to start battening out the actual window recesses and we're going to start getting those plastered because obviously we've got massive gaps around the windows. We need to get those done. Window fitter said he can start fitting the windows as of Wednesday. Brilliant, I'm going to get him doing that. Front door, I need to make a front door. I've got a guy that's giving me a price. It's quite expensive, but it needs to be done right. So do I spend the money on getting it done right, or do I try and make my own one that might not last, longer than 2 to 4 years? Budget's tight at the moment because of the shit builder that we've had. So unfortunately, some of the decisions are having to be made that are against what we really would like to do if money was an object. So anyone out there that's got any experience in making solid doors that are 6 foot wide or 6-ish foot wide and 10 foot tall. I had a quick look on YouTube last night. Doesn't seem to be a great deal on there. But again, here, because of the moisture in the air, you've got to try and make sure you've got dry kiln dried timber. You then got to make sure that it's laminated properly. It's a bloody ball ache. So doing it myself, I could cause myself some issues, and I don't really have a lot of time. So anybody got any solutions? I need to try and make a door that's big. Are there 3-foot doors? Can I fix 2 together? Can I laminate them? Is there a way of doing that? So anyone that's got any experience, stick it in the comments or contact me somehow, because I'd be interested in hearing. Other than that, I can probably get one supplied and fitted for about 8k, Bajan. But that's still going to be what, 3,000? About £3,000 or $4,000, wherever you're from. But time is a bigger problem as well. So the space, the moisture, the rain may mean I have no choice, but that's the only thing at the moment we need to do. And there's a couple of other things I told you. We don't actually have some of the doors and windows. So we definitely don't have this window here. So we'll have to come up with a solution of boarding that until the window comes. So do I board it? Do I buy a bit of glass for it? Do I buy a bit of perspex for it? Again, hit me in the comments below if there's anybody who's got any suggestions. And I don't have a window here as well. So again, it's a toilet downstairs. It's not essential to have a window in the moment, but do I put a bit of perspex, a bit of glass, or do I just board it up? Again, all the doors that are here at the moment, I've got to get made. So these doors here, because they're 8 foot by 4 foot, have got to be made. These are 4 foot by standard height, so I might be able to buy a door to go in there. But again, ideally, I just need to get the doors made and supplied and fitted. It's an expense I could do without. I need done sooner rather than later. So let's see how things go today. Okay, so what I'm doing up on the roof is using a thing called, I think it's called Ospho, I think it's called, which is a green rust-proofing liquid. So as you can see, you put it into one of these, pump it, and then you spray it. So it turns the rusted rebar into dark rebar. So things like in here, you really need to get in to all of the actual beams themselves to make sure you're really spraying and making sure you're protecting all the rust. As you can see right down here, look, all the beams. There's beams that go right through. They all get rusty. So this is about trying to stop the rust that's actually taken place so far, to ensure that as and when this goes into the concrete, the rust doesn't continue. So at the moment, it's just literally trying to painstakingly see anything that looks rusty. And at 100 a bottle, get spraying. You see what it does to concrete, look. So it's literally trying to get all the way through, right down to the bottom pieces. So I'm trying to do this at the same time as filming. Over a very short space of time, the rust that looked like it was about to give way and go in the bin starts looking pretty again. So as you can see, I've done over here. Some of it I haven't done because I've not got a lot at the moment. I'm waiting for a delivery. But yeah, it literally really does protect. It really does protect and stop the corrosion that's already taken place. So that's where I am at the moment, and that's what I've got to do. So we've got quite a bit of time, well, a day, and quite a lot to be doing. So this stuff's pretty lethal as well, so you shouldn't really be spraying it around when other people are around as well, but I have no choice. So anyway, one individual on here did ask about the sea. I will get to the beach today at some stage and show you the sea, but I thought whilst I was up here, I'll give you a quick overview. The trees are an absolute godsend. Everyone would be saying, why have you got the trees? Get rid of the trees. But trust me, the trees are an absolute godsend. They protect you from the salt. Sometimes the wind can be really brutal as well, so yeah. The sea's quite rough today because it's quite windy. We've got that sort of clouding going on today as well. So, but anyway, I'll update you later on. And we've also got a neighbour coming down on their local horse. As you do. Boys are putting up scaffolding for tomorrow. They're also taking off any excess concrete on the walls. Not too sure who this is there at the moment. Oh, it might be be the kitchen man, so I'm going to see him in a minute. And then we've obviously got the horse coming down. Yeah. Not something you see every day. Okay, so it's been a busy day today. Been up and done the actual the rebar coverage. Quickly show you. Oh God, help me. Again, up scaffolding. Oh, I landed obviously. Just gone around and rush treated all around the outskirt beams. Haven't got enough to do the floor itself all time. All the beams are now done in this colour. I've managed to do, as you can see on the roof over there, I've managed to do right through the middle, right through the other middle, all the way around the outside as well. So they're all good. The guys have actually done the bin area today. So not exactly on one of our list of priorities, but again, whilst we're standing around not doing a great deal, might as well crack on with certain things. Scaffolding is erected at the front. Let me show you that quick. So the view to us pouring tomorrow morning. We've actually got the boards back out and the scaffolding back up. So let me show you. So we're erected again out here. So we've got some scaffolding up. We've been chasing out some of the dual window frames as well, as we know. Some of those aren't going to fit properly, so we've got those chased out. We've got this jacked up as well downstairs. We've got the first part of the drainage in today as well. We've also, I'll show you what I've done. Okay, we've also started taking the drainage out the front of the house as well to the road. So as you can see there, we've got a hole now busted through. We've got that chased out down the bottom, and now we'll take a pipe straight out to the road so that the waste can go to the road itself. Now, obviously tomorrow, the roof is going to get poured. As soon as that is poured, then the actual water on the roof is going to go to the gutters, which means the gutters now have to be connected. So, I've got to send a plumber up to remind him of that. And he rightly so said, shit, yeah, we need to get those connected. We've also built a little bit of wall. So this little bit of wall's been built. It looks a little bit drunk. I'll box that and pour that, because they love a box and pour, these boys. And then we've actually got the bin and utilities area concreted as well, which is awesome. I vandaled it, which I don't think they're happy about. We've got the pipe moved today as well, because obviously the concrete truck is going to want to come in here tomorrow and put out his legs. So I got the water moved up around here. That just means that rather than it being here and getting crushed, it's still here, so he's still yet to run the mains in, which he's meant to have done. So hopefully I've ordered some pipe work and that will be here tomorrow. In here is now pretty much set. Not too sure what they were doing in there today. They were doing something, so I'm sure it's productive. Obviously here's going to end up being poured tomorrow. Bottles in there, look. Today was meant to be a snag day. Meaning double check that everything's in place. Everything that isn't in place needs to be removed. Scaffolding in and out is up. I'll walk along and find a bottle in there. Pipe work is not straight, but the drainage pipe work is actually starting to go in as well. So we need to get that straightened and levelled, but that's nearly done as well. And it's now shooting off. It is now 20 to 5. It needs to be gone by 1:30. So it's nice to see that they're actually being a little bit more responsive to work. So other than that, that is it for today. Tomorrow is the big pour. Fingers crossed it goes as smoothly as it physically can. And fingers crossed we pour that, take the formwork down on Sunday and get cracking with fitting this bloody thing out, because my wife wants to be in there by Christmas, and that she shall get.